For my video today, I've decided to take inspiration from the creative collaboration website created by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Hit Record, specifically by answering a question that was posed there. Is the internet today good or bad for democracy? In the future, how can the internet be good for democracy, and how can it be bad for democracy? Okay, so let's tackle that first question. Now, first thing I should say is the obvious answer is it's complicated, because life is complicated. So let's break it down to the good and the bad. How is technology good and bad for democracy today? It's good for democracy because it connects people. That's pretty much the bottom line. It provides information, it provides resources, it provides avenues for people to communicate, and those things are all wonderful. It's bad because the internet is a kind of information buffet, meaning that when you go to the internet, you can look for the information that you want. And this is causing something that people call echo chambers, where people look for the news they're interested in, they look for people to talk to that already agree with them, and they create these chambers where all they hear is their own opinions echoed back at them. So I would say that the bad thing about the internet is the fact that as a sort of buffet for information and social connections, you can pick and choose. And in a lot of ways, that's bad for democracy because it means people get stuck. So that answer that I've just given you about whether or not the internet is good or bad for democracy today is basically the foundation of what I want to say about what the internet could be for the democracy of tomorrow. And the answer is, it can be a way to actively connect ideas together. It can be a way to encourage debate. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a smarter internet for people, not just for advertising, because the internet is very smart for advertisers and for companies, but for people, it's just, here's a bunch of stuff, what do you want? Which is great. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that there's a potential for something that could help connect people in a way that not only gives them what they want, but challenges them and offers opportunities for growth. Maybe that's a bit idealistic. Yes, no, that's definitely hugely idealistic, and let me exactly tell you why that's hugely idealistic, because that can not only be used to connect people, to challenge them and open up debate and try to break down the echo chambers that we all live in, but it can also be used to manipulate people, to offer people just the piece of propaganda of what you want them to hear at just the right time, strategically designed to, knowing what's on their profile, lead them in the philosophical or political thought direction that you want, but to do so in an active and aggressive way. And that's kind of scary. There was one other thing I wanted to say about the internet and the future in democracy, and it's a little piece of brain crack that I've been holding on to. Brain crack, if you're not aware of the term, is a idea that grows in your mind and you become addicted to it. Addicted to thinking about it, and you never actually do anything with it because it's so wonderful. You just want to think about it and think about it and think about it, and oh, it's just so addicting to have that thought there, and one day it'll be perfect. So I have a lot of brain crack, you could say. I'm a brain crack addict, but this is one little piece. So imagine a website where you sign up and you describe your ideological positions and all the things that you like to think about and you care about deeply. And that website connects you with a bunch of people, maybe some of them you already know, that would be wonderful, who agree with you. So this website would put you in basically an echo chamber, but it's a very small echo chamber, and it would provide an outlet specifically designed to puncture that small echo chamber, to expose that echo chamber to new ideas in a way that is not antagonistic. Furthermore, it would be a way to sort of bring forward the people who have the most interest in politics, the best ideas about politics, who are most knowledgeable. See, one of the things that bothers me about our current political process is that it's too big. Like, I don't know any of the politicians that I'm voting for. So if I'm not really involved in politics, if I don't spend a huge portion of my busy life on politics and understanding who the politicians are and what their names are and what they stand for and every little detail of policy, when I walk in the voting booth, I see a column for Democrat, a column for Republican, and I don't know half the names. That's the average voter, let's be honest. Most American voters don't have time for the huge list of people that they're voting for in the voting booth. Having a connection to someone who holds your political ideal, but specifically someone that you trust who has the time to really look into those things, it can bring forth more political savvy to the average person, because you can ask that person, what should I know going into this election about the senators and the Congress? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've spoken to you a lot. I trust your opinion. You're someone that I know. Well, I know has my interests in heart. You're not bought by anyone. You're not a propagandist. You're just a guy that I know and I like. That can be a better process for discovering politicians and for informing the public about their political choices than advertisements. Because advertisements, political ads on the TV, are propaganda. Rather than the person who has your best interests at heart getting elected, it's the person who's best at propagandizing you that gets elected. And that's bad for democracy. That's my little piece of brain crack. Something that helps people connect to people that have their interests at heart, hold their ideologies in heart, and who can help them make political decisions, because we all vote, but we all don't have time for politics. But furthermore, a website that not only does that, but connects different ideologies in a format, in an environment that they can be debative as opposed to antagonistic. That's the little website that I would love to make if I had the time. So, thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.